got the pre slow instant sheep. Sheep on 2. Get some good distance. Cloak. I don't think it matters. I think he's still dead. Oh man. It's so close. I'm going rogue. Block penance. Resheep. Hey everyone, I'm Takayama and I just wanted to update you all on the Living Bomb and Flamestrike changes in the latest patch last week. Before we get into the exact spell rotation, I want to go over some key talents and explain the main macro used to cast Flamestrikes. So right away you'll notice that compared to the first one-shot guide, I'm running Flamestrike and Living Bomb talents on the right side of the fire tree instead of Scorch talents on the left. These talents are going to increase the critical strike chance of Flamestrike and cause Flamestrike to ignite a patch of flame. Each patch of flame has a chance to apply a living bomb dot, and this results in the ability to spam multiple flame patches on the target and have multiple living bombs exploding, in addition to your on-demand living bomb spell. So during your burst, you'll be passively applying multiple living bomb dots that can explode for up to 100k damage. The reason for running Firefall instead of Conflagration is because Firefall actually only activates from fireballs and pyroblasts, not Flamestrikes, meaning that it will never break CC and give you a path to Meteor and Deep Impact. Keep in mind that Wildfire and Hyperthermia were also nerfed and only provide half the benefit of the tooltip in PvP combat. Therefore, it's better to use these talents to avoid breaking CC with AoE damage from Conflagration and also spec into Phoenix Reborn. Phoenix Reborn has a 10% chance to refund Phoenix Flames, and in combination with the Energized Barrier talent, it gives you a 10% chance to have a Fire Blast and a 10% chance to have Phoenix Flames to guarantee Hot Streak procs. For Rogue Mage 2s in World PvP, I run Cryo Freeze, and for 3s, I run Rigid Ice and Accumulative Shielding, so that way I can be getting Fire Blast charges from my barrier more often. The rest of the talents are pretty self-explanatory with their tooltips, but I'm happy to discuss the different choices in the comments or live on Twitch. As for stat priority, it remains Haste over Versatility. Haste can provide a much higher damage value by outputting more flame patches on the ground and getting an extra dot hit for Ignite, Flame Patch, Living Bomb, Meteor Fire, and especially Phoenix Reborn. I think these benefits outweigh having higher Mastery, which only increases the base damage value of each dot. Keep in mind that Mastery has been heavily nerfed for Fire Mage since Dragonflight Season 2. Mastery can be strong, but it's rare that lots of enemies stack and allow for tons of living bombs to hit them at once at high ratings. And also, running more Mastery means sacrificing Haste, which results in a playstyle that leans towards fewer, higher damage flame patches and living bombs. However, this also means that greater Pyroblast and Meteor will take longer to cast. If you're playing games and you feel like you're just dying too quickly before you can react, you might have a better time running with more versatility to give you that extra layer of defense. As for speed, I prefer to stack speed enchants on pieces like my cloak, bracers, and boots in order to allow me to kite around corners and lines of sight faster in PvP. This is especially useful in combination with the Energized Barriers talent, which allows you to use Blazing Barrier and Mass Barrier to remove all slow effects and then slow the target, which you can instantly cast on enemies and costs almost no mana. That way, you're always moving faster than your enemy. Unlike the first one-shot guide, I have officially realized the true potential of Insignia. Badge is great for on-demand damage, however, if you use this one-shot rotation, you don't need the extra damage to land kills. It's actually better to use the haste stats from the Insignia trinket to make it safer to cast the one-shot rotation in the burst window. Plus, Insignia also has the added benefits of being off the global cooldown and proccing every minute instead of 2 minutes, which lines up better with the combustion cooldown being reduced from the kindling tower. Now I want to go over the main macro I use for this build, the Cursor Flamestrike macro. This macro essentially removes the need to left click after casting Flamestrike and instead instantly casts the spell on your mouse cursor location. This does mean it's now going to take the extra skill of keeping your mouse cursor directly on your target, so that you can fully benefit from the World in Flames PvP talent, which increases your Flamestrike damage by up to 200% depending on how close your target is to the center of the Flamestrike. However, the main damage from this build is actually coming from the Flame Patch Living Bombs. So even if you want to avoid breaking CC, you're still able to put out a ton of damage even if your flame strikes aren't centered. To begin the one-shot rotation, you'll first need to cast a 3-second greater pyro, living bomb, meteor, fireball, combustion, fire blast, flame strike, fire blast, flame strike. Make sure you cast your second combust fireball when combustion hits 3 seconds, and only use Ice Nova if you don't have procs available. Unlike the first one-shot rotation, flame strikes don't have a travel time and instantly hit the target, so there's no need to try to Ice Nova for more instant damage unless you're out of Hot Streaks, Fire Blast, and Phoenix Flames, since those do more damage. Be sure to rate the video and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Chicken, we blasting out like this is James and Jesse. Mess with my fans and pull up in my gang. I got shooters all over.